Hi, I'm Trawler Specialist Jeff Merrill in Melbourne, Florida, aboard Tapestry. Tapestry is a 2005 Kadey Krogen 58. Exceptional boat. This is hull number 9 in the series. I'd like to invite you to come on board for a tour. Starting with our swim platform right here, some good rails right here, and then you come up into the aft deck cockpit. Overhead panels keep me protected here. Come on, bring the camera all the way inside. I'm going to pull this back down. Close the gate. There we go, good. Teak decks, wide body. There are 2 chairs back here and a little table. Again, I like the overhead size. Over in this forward port corner is a compression post right here for the crane, which is above us. The Lazarette is down below. We go through the split doors to get into the salon. We'll get there later. And there's a great console here with a sink, storage in here, and you have shore power back aft. 2 Glendinning cable masters right here. You also have shore power forward. This is, because it's a wide body, there's a walking side deck along the starboard side. There is a wing door or a wind door, depending on which way you want to talk about it. But this will close off the wind, so when your bow's into the wind and you're out here enjoying the cockpit, it's not a problem. As you come forward, good rails, good high bulwarks here. This is one of the great things that Kadey Krogen does is with their fuel fills, you have a special little spill area here. You can do all the filling of the fuel over here on the starboard side. Door into the galley, great visibility right out through here, up a couple of steps. There's another boarding gate here, so if you're on a tall pier, you can get on and off the boat. Kadey Krogen does a lot of great features. One of them is the recessed hose pipes here. There's several of them throughout the boat. Dutch doors go into the pilot house. Coming up forward, I have a docking station on the starboard side with my bow thruster, my engine shifts. This is a twin engine boat, 2 John Deere 6068s. And then up easily to the foredeck. Very spacious up here. Notice that I have the shore power connections up here. My Maxwell windlass is a horizontal windlass with a capstan on top. We also have a bow eye down on the bow, which we have set up with a chain hook so you can reduce your scope when you're at anchor. Chain stoppers up here, Rockna anchor, 2 anchors ready to go. There's also a Freeman hatch to give you access down to the chain locker. These are storage lockers on both sides, seating area here, and then coming back into the Portuguese bridge. Again, good rails. Up forward in the Portuguese bridge are some storage lockers, cleaning supplies, all the different lines, extra gear that you want. So a lot of good outside storage. Wrapping back around, another recessed hose pipe here, another boarding gate here. Here's the entrance into the pilot house, up a couple of steps. Good tall railing. The weather cloths have privacy and protection. One of the great features of the Krogen is how they fence off this area here. So you have your nautical structures crane right here, and then the AB inflatable right back aft. So that area is sort of protected. If you want to launch the dinghy, you get back there. If not, you just close this off. Another cool feature, this boat is set up with a mast and it has a cradle right here. You can lower the mast down if you want to get some bridge clearance. There is a warping winch up forward, a regular self-tailing winch. You can lower the mast down. So the mast is lowerable. We have some big fenders here, propane storage up here, storage lockers underneath the seating area, a big storage locker here. I come up to the Flybridge. 2 people can operate the boat up here. Easy helm sight lines. You can see everything up. There is a big roof on top of the pilot house with Starlink, various antennas, the FLIR night vision, different antennas. Here is that winch and a fair lead right here for lowering the mast if you want to lower that. The bimini collapses. Seating area back around. Again, the 2 chairs and then all of the electronics you need. Both engine control panels, Garmin display, depth sounder, wind, autopilot, searchlight, stabilizers, bow thruster. Great place to run the boat from up here. You can look around and see the dinghy is very easy to get to. This boat deck is huge. Even with the dinghy back behind, there's plenty of space right here. And then let's go back down, finish this tour on the deck. Good view from this angle to see the antennas up on top of the Pilothouse roof. Again, the rails, the door, storage lockers. This is a very wide Portuguese bridge, easy to get around in here. The reverse rake windows, windshield wipers. Again, the docking station here. The upper deck area is non-skid, and then the lower level that comes along to the front of this is teak all the way back to the cockpit. Overhead's good. Big hatch right here for the Lazarette. Let's take a look in the Lazarette. So I'll lift this up, and then we'll come back around and we'll go inside. The teak aft deck has the Lazarette, big hatch here, a stepway coming down. I'm going to show you what you see down here. So here is the ladder. Comes down, a lot of spare parts in here, very nicely organized with some shelves, filters. Again, twin engine boat, twin rudder, so there are your rudder shafts. Look how clean this rudder table is with the steering rams. A lot of area for storing oil. They've added all these extra shelves in here that really make it easy to store gear. Of course, you can always put some bins in here, more oil, exhaust. There are two shore powers back aft. They come down to these Glendinings. There's the breakers. You can also go into the engine room through this hatch here. So great little area down here, very well organized, a lot of gear, room for more. And I think you'll want to keep things pretty neat and tidy like they have and just continue with this mission. Coming in from the cockpit, you enter the salon. The salon is the beginning of the living spaces, and this is really a beautiful waterfront hotel room, condo, townhouse, whatever you want to call it. In addition to the seakeeping, long-range passage-making capabilities of the Krogen 58, the living spaces are fabulous. This is a light cherry wood. You have the split doors to open up. Over on the port side, it's set up so you can add a couple of chairs, add a couch. There's some storage outboard behind. Opening window. Got the blinds there. The split door back aft has the enclosure, so you can close that off if you want. Another opening window here. The dining area right here. This table has leaves that will open out. There's levers that go underneath there to support those, so you can come around on both sides of this table. A little stand right there. The galley right here. Storage where there used to be a television. That's just legacy equipment space right now. The buffet area over here. Counter area. More storage areas. Some shelves. Another closure for light, and then the Raritan ice maker right here, very popular. We get a lot of use out of that on the boat. It's parquet floor. We're on top of the engine room, and then in the galley, I like how Kadey Krogen puts handrails in a lot of places. The galley has the raised counter area here, so when you're preparing meals, you can keep all that uncluttered, then serve for dinner. Double basin sink, a Dutch door that opens out to the side deck right here, very convenient. Doesn't have room for a phantom shade like the main door has, but there's just some, it's a magnetic strip in here on this mesh to keep the bugs out. JennAir freezer, refrigerator, home style. This is one of the best standout features of the Krogen and led to the AE development on later models, but it's a Viking Professional propane 4-burner cooktop and oven, microwave convection oven, drawers again, a dishwasher, Bosch dishwasher, a GE trash compactor, more storage here. Coming back over to this side, this is a pantry locker area with some shelves. You can put all kinds of gear in there. A special door was added here by the previous owners. Overhead storage lockers, louvered doors. This really is a very open, spacious, and there is a lot of space for storage. Coming up a couple of steps, get to the Pilothouse. Conveniently located right here is the two different panels for the generators. So you can see we've got the 20 kW on right now, which is powering the air conditioning, which is wonderful. There's the 12 kW trace inverter, water maker, some surface area here, and then the electrical panel. Breakers all here. So centrally located, easy to get to from the salon and right up here in the Pilothouse. Again, louvered doors. This is the room with a view right here. Of course, up on the Flybridge at top is even better. But you have a chart area here. Again, handrails built in. The flow scans for the fuel burn right here. FLIR night vision camera. The two main engines, your Garmin chart plotter, radar, AVT track stabilizers, the bow thruster, compass. Again, huge windows up here. More instrumentation, a bilge pump panel over here. Your navcom breakers right here. The destroyer wheel, Stid helm chair, more breakers over here, an expansive seating area back aft. Great place to hang out while someone's driving the boat, talking to them. Overhead handrails, back flicking forward. Engine panels are up here, rudder angle indicator, VHF radio, chart drawers over on the port side. Right here, chart drawer storage in here. Split door, Dutch door to go out, so I can go out on either side, go up to the Flybridge over on this side deck here. We'll get out there and do that. I love the interior. So this whole entry level, you come into the Salon and Galley, you come up to the Pilothouse, go outside on the deck, go to the Foredeck, go up to the Flybridge or back down, and we'll go back forward and show you the living accommodations, the two heads and the two staterooms and the open office area. From the entry-level deck, galley, salon, up to the Pilothouse or down to the accommodations, the staterooms. One of the great features of Tapestry is this open office layout right here. Talk about working offshore, drawers, storage areas, wine cooler. There's a cabinet up here. This in the past has been used for sewing equipment. There's a little slide out right here. Great amount of service area. Good port lights. I like the trim that Kadey Krogen does with their cherry wood. Again, parquet floors on this level. There are two staterooms. The guest stateroom is over here on the starboard side. Little storage locker and drawer back here. Two single bunks, opening port lights outboard, large hanging locker forward. They close off this door and they have their own private head right up here if you come around. In this area, sink, medicine cabinet. There's a storage locker back behind here. And here's the shower. Good size headroom in the shower, bifold door. Open that back up. And then right across the hall, I'm going to close this. You can close off the owner's stateroom for privacy. And here is the laundry appliances. Bosch washing machine, Bosch dryer, tucked away, but convenient. And then you come on up into the owner's stateroom forward. Hatches overhead, port lights outboard, beautiful finish, good tall bed. Banks of drawers underneath it, storage underneath, louvered lockers outside, big storage locker, hanging locker here, bureau with drawers here, and big mirror, and then you come over to the head. Good stand-up shower with a bifold door, sink, toilet, medicine cabinet, port lights, everything you're going to need in here that you'd like. And then I'm going to go forward. There is one machinery space by the foot of the bed. I don't want to get into that right now. There's another machinery space right here. Air conditioning, fresh water, accumulator tank. Take the camera and just give you a quick look down. You go down this set of stairs. You can see the Groco, air conditioning, the freshwater tank, and the hot water tank. And that's right by the engine room. Get that back to the camera person. And from here, we would go into the engine room. So let's go take a look down there. Entering into the engine room. I like the sound of that door closing. There's a window so you can look inside. When you first come in, I'm 5'11". It's a little bit of a crouch down here, but it's certainly easy to get around. And with the two engines, which we'll see later, you have the whole centerline channel for walking down. A toolbox here, manifold down below, Raycor fuel filters, fuel tank, fuel polishing system. Again, the workbench is great. Up forward, intake through holes and strainers for both engines. Outboard on the port side is the hydraulic tank for the stabilizers. There's batteries here. There's an oil change pump, fuel pump, dual Raycors, reverso oil changer right here, fire suppression system, track stabilizer outboard. And then as you walk down through the channel here, these floorboards do lift up to have access down into the bilges, but you have aqua drive mounts on both sides. The intake strainers are inboard, so you can get to each one and check them out and keep them clean. There's also the ability to do freshwater flush with these. These John Deere 6068s, great engines, powered to push this boat at long ranges. This is a full displacement boat, so you can go anywhere in the world, just manage your fuel and plan on your travels. The engine stringers are set up, fuel tanks outboard with sight glasses. As I come back aft, the aqua drives, which takes the load off the transmission and shaft, and you also have tied shaft seals on here. 2 generators back aft. There is a 20 kW on the port side and a 12 kW on the starboard side. One of the great things they've done on this boat is access is a little bit difficult outboard. There's some air conditioning compressors and there are some through holes there, but up on top of the generator, they've added some little pull bars here that you can adjust the through holes for the generator, exhaust, seacock, etc. So they've got this really well set up in here. I like it because I can get around easy, get to both sides. There's a power takeoff on the port side right here. You have the ABT track stabilizers. The list goes on and on. The shafts are Aquamet 22. Really a fabulous setup here. From here, I can go back aft to the Lazarette, which we'll do in a separate footage. But just to give you a sense of the engine room, this really is a spectacular engine room. Not difficult to get around in. Get to everything for servicing, and you'll love it. Thanks for joining me aboard Tapestry today. I hope you now have a much better idea of what a great boat she is. Really spectacular. To really appreciate it, though, you need to get on board. We do that by appointment. You can call, text, or email me or my co-listing broker, John Hoffman. All of the details, the specs, the layouts, the pricing, everything current is on JMYS.com, so you can look there, get in touch with us. Let's make up an appointment. Let's get you on board so you can see Tapestry, and maybe you can weave it into your life as well. Thanks. I look forward to hearing from you. Hey, it's been another great day out on the water. Thank you for watching the video that just completed, and thank you for joining me on the JMYS YouTube channel. We do now have over 150 videos of different content. Thank you for watching those. I have a lot of fun filming these. If you'd like to subscribe, we appreciate that. Over 31,000 subscribers at this point. If you would like a reminder of when the next video is going to come out, you can click on the bell. We love it when you give us those thumbs up. Thank you for that. And I appreciate your comments. Not all of them, but most of them, and I try to respond to them. So thank you for them. Yes, these are the shirts I wear. They're Ren Spooners. I'm not changing that. We do have a couple other videos you can watch. You can click on one of these two over on the side. Please come back when you have some more time. We always have more content coming up on the JMYS YouTube channel. We thank you for your time, and we hope to see you again back here soon.